because he can like run all the way across the stage and punish you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're live now.
Your shields and double jumps. Yeah, I think you're right, Aaron. I haven't played Jake in a while, though. I feel like I got to recalibrate to his stuff. But speaking of calibrating,
Yeah, we need some Aaron coaching on Falcon.
I do.
Falcon.
I really do. All right. We got Steve and Chris.
Aaron, are you like a theorizer of the game?
It's funny, actually. Aaron says a lot of things like you about like not knowing what she's looking at.
Oh.
But I think that's not true because I think Aaron knows exactly what she's looking at.
Yeah, I feel like Aaron has a lot of knowledge, which I didn't know until recently. Not that I didn't think she had knowledge, but I didn't know it was like that.
Oh, it's...
I didn't know how expansive it was.
I think it's high in the expansion.
She had a list of retired Luigi players, like, ready.
And a list of funny names for lasers, if you recall.
Oh, yeah. That was so funny.
Thank you, Aaron. I think if I get another chance, I can make it happen. Steven looking pretty good right now in this first couple moments against Chris.
I don't think I've ever seen them play before either.
I'm
assuming Chris is up.
I think it's probably true.
If they have played.
Yeah, I think it's probably true.
But we have Steven, the up-and-comer.
They're both up-and-comers. Yeah, I mean, I think Chris is favorited.
Well, Chris did get
favored
this season.
Oh, I know. I mean, Chris is the definite favor.
Yeah.
Favorite player.
No, but as far as like come up versus having come up. Has Chris arrived?
No,
or
Chris
is Chris on the come up?
My bigger point, I think, is that Chris is still coming up.
Yeah,
I don't know where he's going.
Both arrived and in a weird liminal space between arriving and coming up.
Oh, no.
Is where Chris is.
Falco die. Yeah, well, I think some Melee players, you know, they are actively improving, and some Melee players are less on the improvement grind, and that's just, you know,
do you feel like you're on the come up and improving, or do you feel like you're kind of in a plateau state right now?
I think I'm at this moment. I think I'm improving. Like
okay.
I'm making some big,
changes.
changes.
Aaron just coached you.
Yeah.
So I thought about getting some Sammy lessons just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I feel like I might learn something.
I think you probably would. Do you? Is that a thing you can get with money,
new for me
or does that need to be like? Do you need to be a friend of Sammy to get that kind of a?
Well, I know Sammy pretty well. I'm sure he would still want me to pay him, but because whenever I played friendlies with him, I feel like he didn't really coach me or give advice. I feel like he was more worried about his own game. So I feel like I'd have to pay him money to think about my game while we're playing.
I didn't mean like, is it free? I meant more like, can any old melee person go pay Sammy money?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can if you just contact him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
You don't have to be like in or like I don't think there's like a waiting list.
Got it. Okay. You don't need to be a cool known person.
Yeah. No.
Asking for a friend.
I don't think so.
Nice. This has gotten pretty close, but I think that SD from Steven really made it tough. And Chris has kind of eked out the lead here. Oh.
There's a certain
when I need coaching, I talk to this
on stream. There's a certain player who no longer comes to Georgia Melee tournaments, who was a really good coach and who I got most of my coaching from. But they no longer play this game. So I might have to pay Sammy for some lessons here at some point.
Well, you know, if it's something you do a lot, why not? We all play Melee quite a bit in this little circle. Yeah,
talk to the skull.
The skull, the Puff skull. Puff is a skull if you think about it.
She kind of is. She's a skull with arms and legs. Kind of terrifying.
Maybe she's cartilage because she can inflate.
Have you ever thought about what Puff's like skeletal structure is?
That's what I'm talking about. Is it cartilage? Because how does she otherwise?
She might not have a skeleton. Because you know how she's like an octopus. You know how they can like fit through any hole.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way she has.
Yeah.
A skull.
No way she has. Yeah.
But if she has a skull, it's cartilage. Like she doesn't collapse down to nothing. She got like a couple inches of height, right? I don't know how big Puff is canonically. I just know how big she is in Melee.
Yeah.
Can Steven get this edge guard?
I think Melee scaled her pretty well.
The only scale in Melee that bothers me is Pikachu. Like, Pikachu is enormous in Melee. Think about how big Pikachu is compared to a human person.
You're right.
Think about that.
Compared to, like, Marth and Peach. Yeah, Pikachu's, like, basically half their height.
I think canonically, Pikachu in Melee is as tall as Charizard is in, like, Pokemon lore.
Wait, was Charizard that small?
Charizard's like 5.5 feet tall. Yeah. It's like,
I always imagined Charizard being like 8 feet tall.
Of course, who doesn't?
Charizard's only 5.5 feet?
Groudon is like 10 or something.
Is that what it says in the Pokédex?
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it
It's one of
gives
those
height?
dumb. I mean, it's obviously a ridiculous
5.5
thing to talk
feet.
about.
That's
Anyways.
crazy.
Chris missed that. Two recovery / ledge mishaps for Chris so far.
Isn't Charizard really big in the anime?
I think he's bigger than 5 feet, but I don't think he's enormous.
Oh, okay.
Like, think about Ash riding him, right?
Oh, yeah, because Ash is a child.
Yes.
So Ash is presumably like 5'5" or less, probably less.
Wait,
'Cause he's like 11.
Is Brock an adult?
Brock
No.
kind of gives adult, but I don't think he is.
No.
But why would a gym leader be a child?
But why would...
So all these gym leaders are children also?
Well, yeah.
Like Misty's like, if Misty's the same age, she's like an 11-year-old gym leader.
Well, Misty can't be... I always thought Misty was like a little bit older. Brock is a grown man? Mamma mia.
Oh, Brock's an adult?
Traveling with a young
and
12-year-old.
An 11-year-old.
And a 10... Yeah, what the hell? Come on, Brock.
That's crazy,
Lieutenant
actually.
Surge is clearly an adult.
Lieutenant Surge is old.
That man has seen war.
Yeah.
Probably.
Him and like the fire one, whatever his name was, the scientist kind of dude.
Chasing down with a 10-year-old. Ugh, God. It's awful.
Wait, doesn't Brock have like a crush on Misty though? Maybe we shouldn't look too much
No,
into this.
no. Brock has a crush on all the Nurse Joys.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that whole bit? They never let that bit go.
That's right.
Like, not to harken back to our children's programming conversation
I
last
remember
week.
him having a crush on someone.
Yeah, no. Oh, good combo from Chris. Closes out game 2 to make it 2-0.
Then making all of the cops and nurses the same person is the funniest thing.
Like, that must have been like an animation.
That's a crazy choice.
Well, I guess
yeah.
it matches the games, and
Yeah,
it's, you
yeah.
know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock. I feel like Brock persists too, right? Doesn't Brock go from like series to series with Ash?
I don't know actually.
Oh,
I
no,
never made
maybe
it
not.
past the first series.
I wasn't allowed to watch it, so I don't know.
Oh, you weren't? Oh my
No.
gosh.
One of my favorite Pokemon cards, not to go back to this, is I think it's called Lieutenant Surge's. Oh my God! It's a trainer card, and it has Lieutenant Surge and Raichu like in a bunker, like with binoculars.
Okay.
And
I
Lieutenant
think I know what
Surge
you're talking
is looking
about.
at something, and Raichu's looking at
Also-
nothing.
Oh yeah.
But they're looking
Does
kind of
Raichu
vibing
also
together.
have binoculars?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great card.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I like that. And good for Lieutenant Surge not being, you know.
Wait, what was your parents' objection to Pokemon?
It was not evolution magic, if that's where you're going. It was more like anything that wasn't on PBS Kids, I wasn't allowed to watch.
Oh, I see.
Because they didn't have the time or
Did
knowledge.
they let you watch
to
any
do that.
anime?
No.
Oh my god.
But because no anime was on PBS, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just know every episode of Arthur by heart.
Honestly, there's a lot of sus things going on in anime, so.
Did you watch anime as a kid?
Yeah.
Really?
I used to watch Toonami and all that shit. Yeah.
Huh. Was that like on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, like late at night. Yu Yu
Gotcha.
Hakusho, Inuyasha,
I don't know any of these shows.
yeah. Tenchi Muyo. Shout outs Tenchi Muyo.
Nice.
Kind of a deep cut. Toonami deep cut.
That's cool. I'm sure someone beat up for Pokemon cards. Yeah, that's pretty scary stuff.
One time I hustled a kid in a Pokemon trade, and his mom somehow found out and realized it was like kind of an unfair trade. And she came to my house and made me trade the card back.
That happened to me too.
Oh, it did?
I didn't intentionally hustle. I don't know how intentional your
But
hustle
you know what?
was.
I did it right after I was made to give away my first edition Charizard.
Yeah.
So I was like, I see what the game is now, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna inflict this on someone else.
I did a trade I was really happy with, and I was like, I have this awesome holographic Ho-Oh card. I am so cool and awesome.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, had to give it back.
I was so mad. It was I had the Blastoise and the Charizard, and I wanted the Venusaur.
Oh.
And this kid had the Venusaur, so I traded him like a less rare card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mom didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Toonami, right. That's how it's spelled, with a tune.
Yeah.
Tune in it. Oh, that sucks, Chris. That's Chris okay though. Still up game. What stage was that?
Battlefield.
That was Battlefield. Are we going back? Chris did not go. Okay,
Were the first
good.
3 games on Battlefield?
No, I don't think so. At least a couple of them were though. Tom Gray, don't just come into the chat and drop lol. Gotta need more than that.
Ooh. This is a very high double laser.
So there's definitely a Fox mode versus Falco where you kind of let them shoot and then you just suddenly you stand still and do nothing and then you attack.
Yeah.
And Chris is kind of engaging that mode right now.
Is it Aklo who will just stand there and shine the lasers? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I think it's kind of a known thing for people to do, but
Yeah.
I've seen Akla does it. Yeah, it's,
It might be. I think it might be Aglo. Like on FD, he'll just like stand there and shine.
and I get it because like
Yeah.
when I play Falco and someone does that, my immediate decision is to attack. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you, Tom
yeah.
Guy. That's very insightful. Thank you. Because like, oh man, this person is shining back my lasers. What a jerk!
Yeah,
I'm gonna dare them.
No, literally, because what do you do at that point?
Well, you feel kind of
As
dumb if
Fal-
you
as
keep
Falco,
shooting lasers.
exactly.
Yeah, you feel pretty stupid. You're not
Exactly.
gonna
So
do
you
that.
go in and nair. Falco's worst move.
Falco's worst move. Yeah, Chris had a good percent here to get comboed by Falco. Misses the tech chase though. That's pretty crucial. Spot dodges the F smash, maybe on accident. But
Oh my god.
Chris desperately
Jab-
wants to
jab
up
down
smash. Shine, Bear, yeah. What else are you gonna do? And maybe Dare there is better, but I'm not the bird.
I think he wanted the bear to go in the other direction.
Probably, yeah. Okay, good catch with the laser. I think that's a roll up.
Oh, nice.
Well done by Phteven. Phteven's execution in these moments looks really good.
Ooh,
He's
not
just
the-
getting
not
blown
the
up.
roll.
Tactical Falco roll. Oh, misses the L cancel. All right, yeah, has one chance, and Chris gets it with the down smash. Well played.
I always forget about Fox down smash.
Yeah, it's not that strong, but it does the thing. Oh, fade back. You know, no matter how good at melee you are or how long you've played, sometimes that hits you, and it makes you feel something.
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
You
Chris
have to know though, if you're at like 90 something and they're a stock down, they're gonna F smash your shield, 1000%.
Yeah. But still, sometimes it works. Sometimes
I love like sniffing out like desperate moves because you know like every character has like their desperate.
Ooh, that'll do it. Good
their,
games.
their desperate option, you know.
All right, I think I gotta go play.
All right.